This morning, our series 3 Meals reveals what is on voters' minds in Virginia. We went to Hampton, Fredericksburg, and Alexandria for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The state, once red, has recently turned blue. CBS News contributor Steve Inskeep of NPR's Morning Edition, and up first, drove toward Washington, D.C., where the president was impeached last week. Steve, was that the big subject, the impeachment?
It was only big for some people, Dana. Much more was on their minds, as we heard, starting at Tommy's restaurant in Hampton, Virginia, near the ocean.
Hello, Tommy's.
Tommy's serves troops from nearby bases.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
And 5 workers at a Navy shipyard.
My name is Steve.
Who had breakfast after the night shift.
A nuclear aircraft carrier.
Sir. These men see a strong economy, so strong for Scott Siebert, who supports President Trump, that he hardly cares about impeachment.
I have not had a chance to watch any of it.
He has a different anxiety.
Second Amendment rights in Virginia.
What do you mean?
Northam trying to take guns. I think the Second Amendment covers it. I don't see where legally he can do it.
We must do more than give our thoughts and prayers.
Governor Ralph Northam wants a new Democratic legislature to strengthen gun laws after a mass shooting in nearby Virginia Beach.
Pardon me, sorry.
A few feet from the shipyard workers, Sandy and Leroy Shiflett
She's a genius, and I'm a dumbass.
are following the impeachment.
It's not going to go anywhere, but he definitely did need to be impeached.
You don't think he's going to be removed from office?
No, he's not going to be removed from office.
But you still think it's worth impeaching him?
Yes,
Because he earned it.
he definitely earned it, and he needs to be taken down a peg or two.
We're heading to a location that will help remind us that the debate we heard at Tommy's just now is part of a long-running debate over this country that's gone on for centuries.
The battle over impeachment that we've been discussing as we travel has some of its roots here in colonial Williamsburg. The legislators in the old state capitol once included James Madison, father of the U.S. Constitution and advocate of the separation of powers, including the separation between Congress and the president.
Today, that divided government reflects a divided nation.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Including voters torn within themselves. As we learned at lunch in Fredericksburg, Virginia, at the Mason-Dixon Cafe.
Most people know Fredericksburg from the battlefields, from the Civil War.
At this cafe, which serves breakfast all day,
Wow.
Tracy and Dan Fisher recall voting in 2016.
At the voting station, a person looks at me, sees that I'm rather largely pregnant, and says, "Oh, do you want 1 ballot or 2?" And quicker than I could stop it coming out of my mouth, I said, "Well, I guess it depends on who I'm voting for, on whether or not this person deserves a ballot, has rights."
That remark focused her mind on what she calls her passion for the unborn. Tracy and Dan both voted for Donald Trump.
Somebody watching this is going to understand what you're saying about standing up for people who don't have a voice, but then they're going to say, what about migrant children? What about kids separated from their parents?
That is an area I've been, one of our, as a family, greatest disappointments has been to watch people taken at the border and split up. I'm proud to be an American, but America is not the only country, and our job should be to be a beacon of hope and light to the people around us.
The Fishers say they still cannot vote for a Democrat who favors abortion rights, but they see another moral choice, withholding a vote from the president.
I'm not voting. I'm happy not to vote.
In this heavy traffic, we're now traveling into the heavily populated northern counties of Virginia, the suburbs of Washington, D.C., which have made Virginia far more diverse and more democratic. Our destination for dinner is an Indian restaurant called Namaste.
Owner Raj Sholagain is an immigrant from Nepal.
Are you a citizen now?
Yes, I am the citizen since 2016.
He now owns 2 restaurants and employs more than 20 people. He got here through a visa program, the diversity lottery, which the president has wanted to end.
I don't like it. We know a lot of people to work here also.
This region's diversity makes it vibrant, though it also makes some diners anxious.
It's almost become like sin to say anything that is not seen as politically correct, and that what's defined as politically correct keeps changing.
While Mark Loftus sounds a bit conservative, Sally Eisler at the next table has volunteered for Democratic candidates and favored impeaching a polarizing president.
We're not together as a country. I don't ever remember a time in my life where I didn't think that we were all one, even if we didn't agree.
The voters we met, who were sometimes sitting inches from each other, are not likely to agree in 2020, but it will matter which of them feels committed enough to show up, Vlad.
Really, such great reporting, Steve Inskeep. Thank you very, very much. Really fascinating.
I love doing those 3 meals. I mean, I love being able to talk to regular people, and you find out you can have conversations with folks about how they feel and it still be respectful. It's just sad when it all comes down to it and you look at Washington, it doesn't feel that way. They should have 3 meals
when
together.
You see stories like that, when people are talking, respectful, as you said, it does move away from what we sometimes think, which is that everybody's yelling and screaming. It's not really like that when you talk about it.
It helps over food.
Yeah, it does.